allow me now to talk about. Take your pictures down and shake it out. Choose the consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, embrace it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary.
I had to do that again. Okay, so guess what, everybody?
Fine, that was ridiculous.
So
That
Jackie Chair,
melancholy
Dennis,
ending.
decided he's going to come live with Monique.
It's so
and
cute.
Oh my God, you're so cute. And I'm like, why don't you just show yourself? Because you're so cute. So everybody should see you and be happy that you are part of our show.
I think Arm needs a Grammy for that song.
How horrible was
Right,
that?
Dave Grohl auto-tune. I love the melancholy ending, like the way it plays out. I got a little depressed. Yes, Gina Bobina, it's
It
our
naturally became melancholy at the
It's
end.
brand new. He played it
Yes.
yesterday for the first time. If you were
Yes,
on
it was
GB
brand new
time.
yesterday, and we decided that we needed it for the week.
So good
and
we had to
since the
play it
week is
again.
only 3 days,
It's
we
twofer.
figured, what the fuck.
Yeah.
Twofer, baby. Twofer.
So Dennis can only give us an hour. We
Yeah, that's it.
decided
An
this
hour
show
and
has
done.
to be an hour and a half. I did get 472 clips from Arm for cleaning out the computer. So we're going to
Yay.
try. See, everybody said you're so cute. See, you're so cute. See, you're so cute. See, nobody knew.
I did not
Who's the
picture this.
fox? Who's the silver fox? Look, see, it's all good. It's all good. Come into the light. All are welcome.
You see, I'm like Jackie. I talk with that smile in my voice.
Exactly. So now when you hear him laughing hysterically and everybody in the comments is so shitty, like, what the fuck is Dennis laughing about? Nothing is fucking funny on the fucking show. The fuck is he laughing about? Realize that half of what we laugh at is you guys in the chat. And so when we do the podcast and you hear laughter, you have no idea that we're laughing at some ridiculousness that somebody has said in the chat portion of the YouTube channel. So greetings everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, April 5th edition of Today Tonight. And it was a horrible show, as usual.
It was great. It was just so bad. It was horrible.
It was so bad, it was good. I have to tell you that I firmly believe that the Putin song was the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't even think that there is a comparable to it in terms of its horrificness. So, see, yay, Dennis rules, everybody. You see?
I'm getting my ego stroked here because I'm cute.
Yeah, it's a good thing. See?
She's so cute.
Oh my God, she said that was so cute.
Is that from Rudolph?
Meow.
Are you
Yes, it
quoting
is.
Rudolph? Holy
I'm
shit.
quoting Rudolph.
Oh my goodness, it's cute.
Bethy Smollett.
Isn't that a great name? Bethy Smollett. Yeah, see, because Dennis only watches and or listens to show that he's been on, so of course he doesn't know that Bethy Smollett has been on for the last 4 shows.
I'm just sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right. So Dennis looks like James Gunn.
Who's James?
Let's look at that for a second.
From Suicide Squad and Galaxy.
let me
I was gonna
Guardians of
say
the Galaxy.
he's like Bill Simmons and Ed Norton had a kid. That's what I've been saying pre-show.
James Gunn has pretty straight hair. Okay, let's look
Yeah,
at
that
James
I don't
Gunn.
have.
I got it. Let me look at James
I
Gunn.
got my
for you.
Gindaloon hair.
That's the color Howard's hair should be.
Oh no, it shouldn't. Actually, it should be skin color
Much-
because it's gone.
Hold on, here's James Gunn, just so everybody can see. Don't see the parallel.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe just Maybe in like the
Yeah, there's
face right
something
here.
there. It's not
yeah,
bad.
but but see, Dennis has the Gindaloon Schwarza Sicilian. So he kinks up nicely. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's got a little humid today. It's a mess.
it's so fucking humid outside. It's disgusting.
It's so humid. It's like a fuck it. I'm just done.
Mark Maron once said about Schwarza. He goes, "We're Jews. We can say the N word in Yiddish. That's okay. We're Jews. Schwarza's okay."
Schwarza. Well, you know what? It's actually German because Schwarzenegger is, that's the
Why
classic.
is it
usage.
synonymous with Jews though?
Well, no, because it's part of Yiddish. It's
It's Yiddish. Yiddish and
Okay.
German
It is
are
Yiddish,
very,
which
very
is kind of
close
a
in language.
yeah, because Yiddish actually comes from northern part of Europe.
To quote Gina Bobina in the chat last
Oh my
night,
God,
guys.
B40. I remember this story. Monique, my brother is the IRS agent who got fired when Howard put him on the air without him
Oh,
realizing
wow.
he had a story to tell
We
and wants to
played
come
that.
on the show if you guys will have him. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love
We
that
played
story.
that clip.
RadioGunk@gmail.com, B40. And just reach out to me and I'll give you more information. But yeah, I think that would
You
be
know
super
who's not
fun.
here?
Who?
I just noticed that Tiger Lily is not there.
She will.
She'll be here immediately.
Every once in a
Sure
while.
about that?
This is a little late for her. You're right.
Oh, she
9:09.
was on that fourth glass of wine, maybe.
She should be here by now.
Give me.
See, Dennis looking good. I want to see all your faces. Well, it wouldn't shock you to know that I never get to see Xavier nor John. So even though I've met John
Ever.
in person, so
You never even see his face in
things.
person. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I still can't picture Dennis sweeping his driveway in his robe. Yeah, well,
You see,
Believe it.
You see Dudley Ramsey? Look exactly like Dudley from Different Strokes.
who's Dudley from Different Strokes? Oh,
That's
Dud.
exactly what I look like. I only put pictures up of someone.
Yes,
I'm
that's
dead ringer
exactly
for.
what John looks like. Actually, John looks a little bit more like not Willis. What's his name here?
Mr.
Willis.
Gordon Jump. Gordon Jump.
Good job.
No,
Wow.
who's the
Wow.
little,
Arnold.
who's the little green kid? Yeah, Arnold.
Todd Bridges.
John looks a little bit more like Arnold than he does like,
Arnold.
Dennis, you give me.
See,
going
everybody thinks that this is good, so this is a good thing. Okay, so we're going to start tonight's show, and we are going to talk about how horrible it was, and and everybody pegged it in the listening thread today, which was all of 4 pages, which means that nobody was listening. Today.
I will confess, I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't feel
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
I actually went back
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah.
I actually went back to sleep. And I started work late just because I didn't feel so good. So,
Yeah.
and that show helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stay with the one who loves? My new
So
character's-
everybody knew that the first thing that Howard would start off talking about was Flea's penis. And wearing the sock over it during that concert. And it was,
That was
The
Is
whole
this-
thread predicted it. The whole thread was like,
Oh, come
you know,
on, it was so
that
obvious.
Rolling Stone cover with the sock. If anybody doesn't know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers had a Rolling Stone cover where they put socks over their penises, and that's all this homosexual can think about coming into it. Of
course.
The whole
Yes,
thread
and-
predicted it. It was amazing.
and yes,
It's-
Mr. Judy Arm has been on the Gunk dressed as Aquaman
Yes. That was
at
from
some sort of
2007.
Hey,
thing.
Mo.
Yeah, baby.
You forgot that I actually put myself on one of the banners and nobody fucking noticed.
No, nobody noticed. That was funny. Actually, you're right.
Yep.
I noticed.
I have
Made
what
I didn't.
psychologists called imposter complex. I hate
What
my
does that
own picture. I hate my own everything. I don't feel I deserve to be in particular places. That's a real ailment. That's a real thing people have.
You know
just
what? It was
happened?
Imposter
It-
complex.
Imposter.
It was a weird thing at first, and when we start to play some of the really old shows, we didn't even go by our names. I wasn't even Monique. I was just Summer Sky, which was the name I had chosen on the dog
Summer
shed.
Ski?
Because
That's right, Summer Sky.
Summer
Yeah,
Ski?
and it was because we were so paranoid and so scared of what people would think or say or do.
Yeah, but also at that time, videos thing wasn't a thing. It was more audio podcasts. Everybody that had, I don't care if it was Corolla or Nick DiPaolo or Florentine or Bill Simmons. Those are the big ones that started it all. And they were all audio. Mark Maron, they were all, there was no video component, and that's what we thought. Oh, we don't need
Yeah,
video.
but I was kind of scared, and people were such dicks to me, and being a woman doing this was really hard.
Especially the hippopotamus there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it was
From
horrible.
Massachusetts.
Don't tell Corey Feldman he can't do music, Monique. I'm always going to do music. I'm always going to be in music.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with Howard being... You are so not still missing Grace. Are you fucking kidding me, Tyler Durden? Really? You need to...
Hi, Grace.
Back down.
Glad you joined
hi,
us.
Grace. Hi, Grace. All right, so here we go. Let's start off the show with a little...
Somebody's
pep
a
talk.
Zero Hedge fan there. Tyler Durden. Nice.
I know, Gina. I know. And, as Xavier says to me all the time,
I said that at the very beginning.
there are a
Women
bunch of frightening
women.
misogynists out there
Yep.
who hate women.
I said that all the time. Man.
Yes,
The
always.
Women,
And it's always been true. And, it just came to a point where I was like, fuck it. It's like, I'm not heinous. I don't care. I'm not trying to make myself something I'm not. I wear some lipstick and that's it. And I don't care.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
just have
let's-
some foundation on. I'm okay.
I know you have a little foundation. I noticed that today because you're not as pale as you normally are.
No, actually, I've been out in the sun. It's been hot as hell here, so.
It really is. It's just humid, though. It's just disgusting. It's disgraziad. All right, here we go. Please cough. Let's go.
Remember Danny
Fred's
Bonaduce
wearing a
using-
tube sock on his dick in honor of the band, which is kind of cool, as you know. I got to
Can he
remember.
feel it like a flea?
What energy?
No,
feel that energy?
No
You
one
feel
can
that
feel
chili
it like
pepper
Flea.
energy?
Flea has got the biggest cock. He's so lucky. When I watched, I remember they were with that, Woodstock thing.
Yeah.
Woodstock '99, and Flea was playing bass naked, which they're so famous for. But
Falling asleep already, Monique.
his
That
dick
energy
is
he
flapping
has.
into that bass. It's like fucking. I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous of that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Picture listening to this at 10 after 7 with a hangover.
I did. Actually,
I
that
know,
is
right?
the way I was listening to it. I was
I feel his
hungover.
pain. Exactly.
I was really hungover, and
What are
it
the-
was really painful.
What are the odds
it?
that he's not touching himself right now?
Oh, while he was saying
0.0.
Yeah.
He is 100% on his
100%.
winky.
absolutely
Chubbed up.
rubbing himself. Yeah. Fuck me. Straight to the cock. Did not pass go. Did not collect $200. It's so true. But this is how he started out. This is how he started. So let's go a little bit more.
So the guy that sent Beth to the hospital is.
Wait, we didn't get there yet.
Hey, come
Wait
on,
for
you
me.
Yeah.
Don't
know,
jump the
spoiler.
gun.
Oh, come on,
Wait
man.
for me.
This ain't the ending to the crying game, for fuck's sake.
I know,
I had a country show and I gave it away.
Jeremy Harrelson. Jesus Christ, those fake chompers.
So we were going to talk about these separate rooms, which I feel like he was not just going to say separate room, but he was going to say like downstairs or upstairs or something like
separate
that.
wing,
It
like
sounds
separate-
like he wanted
yeah.
to say something different, and then he kind of like checked himself and put it somewhere else. So let's listen to this, and you tell me what you think. Here we go.
It's even weird, like when I get out of the shower, like yes, I got out of the shower, and I have my closet area, my bathroom area is separate from Beth, and she's on the sort of like the other side, so I have privacy. And yet,
Right? It didn't sound like she was
Yeah,
like upstairs or she was like
100%. She's on a
right?
different wing.
Right. Wait, hold on. I'm going to play it again because
Well,
I
if
lost
they're
it.
in-
Hang on.
it's even weird, like when I get out of the shower, like yes, I got out of the shower, and I have my closet area, my bathroom area is separate from Beth, and she's on the sort of like the other side, so I have privacy, and yet I cover my dick with some article of clothing in case she should walk in. I don't want her to see me flaccid, see that belly button looking dick of mine.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Even though-
architectural forensics work we have to do with this motherfucker who can't just simply tell a basic truth about his effing Castle Gay Skull. I am so tired of trying to figure this out. Go
The
ahead.
thing
Doc.
is, he's in Florida. I think that's only a one-story house. If I
No.
remember, it is 2 stories.
How many square feet
He
is
doesn't
it?
have to be talking about the house
18,000.
he's
It's
in.
18,000 square feet.
That's
I
a
don't
fucking
even-
supermarket, bro.
He doesn't have to be
Supermarket,
talking about
that's
the
a Home
house he's in.
Depot.
She's in the meat section. He's in produce.
Hold on. on. Let's pull it up just so
I
that
mean,
we can all
most
see
people.
it.
What's the average house is like what 1,500 to 2,000 square feet.
2,000. Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a
David
that's the
Spade.
average. And he's
1,000
got,
square
like,
feet.
Yeah, add 10,000 to that. That's
You know what,
fucking-
Dennis? You actually might be correct here, sir. Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
And your life to throw it in our face.
Absolutely.
Fucking flinging shit like a monkey right in our goddamn faces.
Look at
Yes, like a classic, typical Florida.
that. Sprawling mansion.
For it to be one story and 18,000 feet?
The footprint is enormous on that
It's
house.
enormous.
It's
It's
enormous. That pool is like the size of a normal house.
Yeah, and you
Literally.
see, like, here's the front, and this is like a main road. This is a main road right here.
Place.
And it's all covered by, like, trees and bushes and brambles and shit like that. Here's a better.
It's just
here's a better-
massive.
Here,
The
okay, so
footprint
this
of
is the main
Castle
road.
Shannon power forward.
This is the main road. And so you wouldn't
Look at
even
the
know
cars.
that
Wait,
a
look,
house.
is there a car there in any of those pictures?
No.
It's a big fucking house. Man.
That's a good
I mean,
point.
that house
Dennis.
is fucking
Where are the
enormous.
automobiles, Dennis? You're right.
They're
Where's
all in the garage.
cars?
It probably has a 10-car garage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Came
you're
out
Right
of
right.
the
here.
sun.
This is garage. Right? Probably. This is
You
pool
see
house.
those round bushes at the entrance right there?
Yeah.
That's the size of my house.
No, the thing on the side may be the garage. Or
That's a normal house, X. I mean, it's not even. This is you get
18,000
two
18,000
twats.
square feet, bro.
These two skeleton twin
Okay,
twats.
I know
and
for a
these
fact-
three
Holy
residents.
fuck.
Yeah,
look at
Why-
when produ-
What is
when
this? Is
production-
volleyball court? What is this? What
that.
goes on
Tennis
here?
court. Maybe tennis court?
This is like a
Nah,
football
that looks
court.
like it's a flat lawn.
What, for what
I mean,
reason?
That's like a football field. It's so big.
What is the point of that? Jesus fucking Christ.
That's for
Just,
Beth and her
Right,
brother.
there's a
do
car.
2 days.
Right in the driveway, there's a car. See the size of that car?
That's Consuela's fucking car.
But
you
look
know
how,
that.
look how tiny that car
That's
is
a
compared to that house.
747, guys, just for scale.
Jesus Christ.
And that's like an SUV, and it looks like you can it's just dwarfed by that house.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Listen, I know quite a few guys that do the scouting for location for reality shows, and the bare minimum a production
gig.
can rent is 10,000 square feet, and that way you can house the cast and production in one location. So 10,000 square feet is a lot of fucking house,
and
and
this
he's
is
got almost
18,000.
twice as that.
Yeah.
Psychotic.
It
For
is
those
psychotic.
two skeleton twins. Like you're thinking, what do
And
you
staff.
do with these all year? And I don't even
That's
know
the stable. Where's the stable for fucking Beth?
3 residents like this.
Oh, that's what that is. The grass is where
Yeah, that's
beef
where
is
she-
trots.
that's where she
They
grazes.
trot. They,
It's the trotting-
They
yeah,
set it
this
out
is-
to graze, and it
Exactly.
trots.
Exactly.
Okay, girl, don't get scared this time.
So,
Give it a sugar cube. You
Don't
know?
worry. That's just your
exactly.
don't worry. That's just your reflection.
Look at it
Get
look
scared.
at it in terms of just looking down the beach.
Dude.
It's
the beach-
fucking
Oh, wait, look at that
tremendous.
though. It's just psychotic.
Jesus Christ.
So
It
when
is.
when he says that he doesn't want Beth to look at his wang, it's like, well, fucking.
She'd never see it. She can
is
actually
probably
potentially never see it.
conservatively
I don't think she's ever
like
seen
about
it.
30
I've
to
never
40 yards away from him.
Exactly. On
in her
any given
shitter.
time. That's exactly right.
Two,
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
two master
One
rights,
horse.
Count Veal and his equine.
Exactly.
G Canada, one horse needs 6 acres of grazing area per year. So yeah, that's
Sometimes
about right.
I've seen community colleges
Yeah.
that were smaller than that.
Roosevelt Community College. Roman Pochamancy? What is that? God, Roman Pochamancy. What is that? What is that pun? Please explain that. It's a Roman. That's where he hides Brent Benji's jokes.
Oh my God.
What are the odds that they actually sleep together?
None.
0.0.
0.0.
Would you
100%.
sleep with either one of them?
100% for sure.
No, absolutely no.
40 rooms?
Let's
Like,
not forget the $10 million renovation, moving the staircase from one side. Oh, see, there's a staircase. Remember? There was a $10 million renovation last year, and then there was a $2 million renovation last year where he was moving the grand
put it-
staircase from one side to the other.
Wait,
For
in that
some
house?
bizarre reason. $2 million, yes.
Wait,
There's
in that
Tiger
house?
Lily, finally.
Let me just pull that. Let me pull that up. $2 million renovation.
That's where he put his studios in.
And you're
That's
paying
what,
that
if it's a
was.
one story,
25
why wouldn't you have a
gallon.
staircase?
No, it's not one story then. It must not be. Here
It
we go.
mustn't be. I'm sorry. It just doesn't look like
It
It's
looks
all
it.
good.
No, I agree. It looks it. This content is only available to subscribers? The fuck?
No. Who gives a shit?
You know what? There's always someone else who has it. You fucking cocks.
What did David Spade say? Is
Do you
he
think they
Staples
they-
Center foyer?
Do you think they installed like one of those Batman bat posts so that Carlos the Cubano can escape?
Exactly. Here it is. Shock jock Howard Stern
Wow.
plans $2 million renovations to Palm Beach seaside mansion. Let me just see if I can find more information on this. Hang on.
And poor Riley Martin, he just wanted like an extra $50 a week.
Exactly.
Yep, motherfucker. I need some money for gas.
There's only so many pork chops you can eat.
Oh, definitely.
Listen, look here, motherfucker.
Yeah. Cheap
Yeah, I think it
bastard.
was something about moving the staircase from one side to the other. It's behind a paywall, and there's no way I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah,
so
no,
fuck
fuck
it.
that. It's not that interesting.
But it's not
I
that
think that
interesting.
was probably his studio.
I agree. I think he definitely has at least more than 1 or 2 panic rooms.
Oh
Absolutely.
God, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's the first thing he put
The
in.
panic wig room.
So here's the thing
That's
about his
redundant with
penis. So he was really, he was talking about how big his penis is versus Flea and shit like that.
that was nice.
So yeah, so the thought was that his penis is so big, he gave Beth a female problem because he pounded her so hard.
Or maybe
So-
the winky was dirty.
So, exactly. So let's listen to these shenanigans. Hang on.
In fact, Beth was having like female problem, and she blamed me for pounding her so hard when I fucked her. And I was walking around all weekend like, yeah, I'm like really kind of. I mean, I don't like when she doesn't feel well, but I like that she, after I pound her, she has to go to the doctor.
Okay.
Anyone who really has
Sounds
this
to
doesn't
me-
need to tell you about it. That's a homosexual
That-
pretending to
that-
be
Sounds
that
to me like
guy-
someone
every
didn't
time.
wash their hands before fisting her.
Exactly. So he didn't put on. With the horse, you have to use that. You have to use that long
Exactly.
glove with the horse. You can't just go in there.
It's like clip your nails, you savage.
He forgot to use mane and tail before he
Exactly.
started.
But
yeah.
the thing is, look at that body. That couldn't drive in a nail with a hammer.
Bro,
you understand?
You know what he
I mean,
was alluding to?
seriously.
He pushed her down the stairs again.
Exactly.
Say hello to Davy Jones.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it just gets worse from here on end, okay? So
Yeah.
just,
It doesn't get any better.
yeah, it doesn't get any better.
If there was sex, my money's on Dave or Doug Ostrowski. I can't tell which one.
Yeah, no.
I want to feel the sun.
Dude, she.
Please don't do
she's
that
what,
song.
5'8", 5'9",
5'9".
But yeah,
5'10".
5'8".
There's no,
5'8".
and she's
don't tell
and
Monsoon that.
she was plenty busy with all these fucking pseudo famous guys. There's no way there's any traction left on that fucker.
No.
None. None.
You're saying it's
No.
like the
Imagine
Lincoln
having-
Tunnel.
It's
Imagine
yeah,
having-
it's yeah.
Brian Von Holt, sloppy seconds.
Sloppy.
Her ex-boyfriend is in that show Gilded Age.
Gilded age.
Gilded
Age.
Yeah,
Gilded.
her ex-boyfriend is in that, and he literally probably comes up to like here on me, so I can't even imagine what he looked like with Beth.
The
I
truth
don't even see it.
is that she threw her hip out while she was doing him with a strap on.
Yeah. Who?
That
Which
I
one?
believe. That I believe.
My back.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go on, and we have a phone call. So stupid. Every call is horrible and set up. So this guy asks the most important question of the day. Here we go.
Hey, Robin, I want to know for sure, especially when they were younger, did you ever masturbate to either Anthony Kiedis or Flea when they were walking around with their cocks cocked out all the time?
There's evidence that I had a crush on Anthony Kiedis.
Like, who gives a shit? Who?
Like-
Okay, so anytime they come up with like some sort of sexual thing for Robin, or I love when Howard asks her how she feels when she has her period, or if like Flea wants to like hook up with her, it's legit like asking my fucking mother.
Well,
Like seriously, like does he not get that?
It's so patronizing at the same time.
No, no,
they
no.
try to link her to Bradley Cooper and Matthew McConaughey and all these rocks. They're like Robin is their first choice, and there's real potential there. They're definitely gonna hook up.
So the thing is, it's almost trying to make that whole fake thing about Robin is sexy, even though Robin is now 69 years old, and also on with a bag
69.
and 400 pounds and I mean, just give it up at this point.
She is 5.5 years younger than my mother, and there is not a
That's
part
hot.
of me that wants to hear about my mother's sex life or anything she has done in her past, or even the remote thought of her ever having. I can't even imagine she had me, because there's no way she ever had sex. Like, in my mind, she's pure. So Robin is literally just going to be 70 momentarily. And we're still talking about her masturbating and, and her thoughts on sex as if she is any kind of expert on
The only
any of
time
these
there was
matters.
any feasibility to this is back in the 90s. Anytime a black guest used to come on and the guy was remotely single, like Christopher Darden and Clarence Clemens and Dennis Rodman, they used to they'd actually go on a date once in a while. And they were like, oh, that could be something. And now it's just so preposterous. But it's been preposterous for
Penn
Jillette.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So, she's not exactly known.
Too.
Who?
They all dumped her because
They all dumped her. Yeah, because she's psychotic. She's too much to handle. And I still will maintain, and I'm going to go with this allegedly, I still maintain that I believe that most of her friends are lesbians. I believe most of the people that she hangs out with are older, lesbianic-looking women. I remember one time I was able to get into her Facebook page, and I did I fell into a rabbit hole of her friends, and they were all gay, every single one of them. So, and they all were like biker chick looking, like dykes with bikes kind of looking chicks. And that's who she was friends with. So
what do you think Robin's move was back in the day? Hey, I can co-sign a loan.
Exactly. That's all she's got. That's all she's got. Yes, all of Robin's dates wanted publicity. That's exactly right. And that's exactly why they did it.
Asked about Brendan.
Shocking.
For your 15 Foundation.
They all drive Subarus and have metal arms.
Yeah.
Poor Subaru. How did that come up with?
Xavier and I get into some ridiculous conversation about the bionic woman's dog.
Absolutely.
Whose name was?
Changed my life.
Maximilian. Who could, run like 90 miles an hour. And apparently he had some sort of fuck up genetically. And they had to replace all his limbs bionically and his jaw. That's it. Just his limbs and his jaw. And that's all.
We summarize that anybody who had bionic arms, like it doesn't matter how powerful your arm would be, you would tear every fucking ligament in your shoulder the first time you try to lift up a Volvo.
Yeah, there's kind of limitations, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You would literally disembowel yourself every time you would try to do any of those fucking moves.
These are the conversations that Xavier and I have on a daily basis.
Legit.
And this is where we went today.
Wow. Beanie Mac has a great point. Robin is like 15 years older than Blue Iris back when she was on the show. Think about that for a second.
Rejuvenation.
Literally think about that for a second.
Yeah. Good point, Black.
Blue Iris was only 55.
She was a hard 55. Jesus Christ. Are you fucking kidding me?
3 ways to
That's
Sunday.
insane.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's kind of like watching the
was
Brady
never really
Bunch
that
and
old.
thinking that Alice is like 95
she's
years
like
old.
45,
And meanwhile, she's
47.
probably like our age today,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. I need to process that for a second. Here.
Let that sink
Process
in.
it now.
You must process it now.
And done. It's like rejuvenation.
Granny porn. Robin's candidate for great granny porn.
Holy shit.
Xavier's quoting me.
Who wants a gummer?
Why can't I find that?
I can
post
take my teeth out and change your life.
of Robin.
There are many signs that Robin is lesbian if you wanted to make a PowerPoint. Yes, Rooster Simon. Yes, I definitely want to make a PowerPoint conversation out of this.
Did we do a full Robin show or not? No.
Yeah.
We
No,
did?
only the book.
Listen,
We've never done the.
This
What
is
am I
all
drinking?
allegedly, by the way.
I'm drinking
We can't
Poland
prove, nor we-
Springs seltzer, black cherry seltzer.
I'm
with
drinking.
a straw.
I'm drinking tap.
Yeah, with a straw. Because I
From a
didn't
cup.
want to have the ice chunkling around while I was drinking.
As the legal department.
Is
had to
Robin
say,
any worse
allegedly,
today than she was?
We
20
can't
years?
prove
She's
that
the
she plays
same-
clam bumpers.
No, there is no proof of that. I said that. I said allegedly. I said that.
Okay,
I
just
said
making
that.
sure.
I said that.
Allegedly.
I
I
said
like
that.
owning a car.
All right, so let's listen to the man who wants us to think that he knows everything about the Red Hot Chili Peppers, even though we just heard Brent last week tell us that there were between 8 and 10 people who give him information every single time a guest comes in. So here's Howard trying to take all the credit for the knowledge that he has on the Chili Peppers. Here we go.
And Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam came out with 10. Nirvana came out with Nevermind, right? And the three of them were touring together. That must have been one. I'm going to ask the boys about that. I don't want to talk too much about Red Hot Chili Peppers right now.
And you know about the Chris Rock connection. I wonder if you're going to ask about that.
I'm going to ask about that. Chris Rock inducted them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know everything about the Chili Peppers.
I'm sorry, Jeremy spoke. You know everything about what?
I'm a fucking student of rock. I'm Casey Kasem Jr. You insult me.
To make sure.
Okay, did anybody hear that, or were we talking through the whole of the clip?
Who cares? It's crap. Who cares if we talk over it?
It was literally.
I don't care about talking. It's crap.
It's
Monique,
shit.
it was word salad of just basic bland facts that no one gives a shit about, no one cares about
and everybody
history
knows.
from 1989.
All you need to know
literally
about his fucking alternative music knowledge is Jeremy Spoke. That's the real guy. Watch the Pelican Brief. That's the real guy. That's what he knows about alternative music. Jeremy Spoke is
what are
the
the
song
odds
by
that
Pearl
he
Jam.
knows who Hillel Slovak is?
Who's Hillel Slovak?
The first guitarist for the Chili Peppers that died of heroin?
No.
Oh, wow, I don't know
But
that.
he knows everything.
I don't know that. Well, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were absolutely turgid and boring. And
Turgid?
I stopped listening before they even played their first song. Like, I just couldn't take
onomatopoeia?
it anymore. And it was so boring. And I do have one or two clips from it, I must confess. But before we get to that, we are going to finally get the truth on that goddamn cum hat.
Oh, God.
Sorry. It is my longest
Why is this
clip.
interesting to you? Why do you care
Because
about
it
this?
just bothers me so much
it's
that they
crap.
would,
It's so
that they
ruin
would
my dinner.
2 months
don't wanna give it
after
attention.
the Super Bowl, 2 months after the Super Bowl, that we
Those
would
misses.
still be talking about a horrible, inane, shitty fucking bit. That's why. And this is the last I will talk about the cum hat because this is the
Someone write that down.
It
Let
is
me
the
make a
last.
note.
I
Hold
promise
on.
you. Here we go.
You know, the cum hat. Benji was a team player. I gave the wrong impression, and I'm gonna come clean a little bit here.
Oh,
One of the reasons the cum hat bit was ruined for me had nothing to do with Benji. It had to do with the fact that so many people got involved in this bit that it came down that Richard. To me, the funny punchline was once everybody came on the hat, Richard was going to wear the hat.
hysterical. Yes.
And then we were told, rightly so, I'm not blaming Sirius XM. They said, look, if Richard's going to wear the cum hat, there are health concerns. So he has to wear a rubber type of protection on his head when he puts the hat on.
Yes, if you recall, Robin was going to provide that because God knows she has plenty of them from her wig-wearing days.
Her current wig-wearing days.
Her current wig-wearing days.
When I heard that, I went, what's the point of
Kind of
Sal?
put a damper on it, as they say. Yes.
Well, yeah, so to speak. It put a damper on the cum hat bit. That the idea was Richard had to wear the hat for the day with all the cum all over it, and that would have been funny. But if he was wearing a protective skull cap,
How is that funny?
it's
He's
like
not wearing the hat. Yeah.
Right,
I had
it's
ribs
like
for dinner.
if
This is not
Jackass, they threw somebody in with some bees, but let him wear a beekeeper's outfit. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
bees
where's the
couldn't
thrill?
sting him. Where's the
Yeah.
thrill? The thrill of the bit was everyone was coming on Richard's Kansas City Chiefs hat.
So here's the thrill. Here's what happened.
That's the thrill.
Let's just go through the biohazard. And again, some people schooled me on the fact that it's not technically a biohazard, but here's where they fucked up. They fucked up because nobody is in office. So this bit would have worked the week after the Super Bowl, where Richard would have worn his hat into work. And then amongst the course of the 3 hours that they were on air, everybody would have jerked off into the hat, and then he would have put it on.
Can you do that at work? You can't. I don't think you can do that. At work.
You know what?
Everything's
There are
section
many things in the last
when you're
couple of
apart, you can.
weeks and months that he has talked about where there is no photographic as of evidence, video evidence. Like we've
Right.
never seen the cum hat. They've all talked about it.
my
We
team
didn't see
lost.
high pitch Eric get a blowjob, but they all talked about it. Like there's many things that they say they've done that we have not seen. So it would not have been that hard. I mean, and I can see how they would think, okay, he's going to put the hat on. It's dripping with splooge. It's fucking disgusting as all can be. But they all had the
salty.
visual of it and they all laughed about it and ha ha ha. And it was one of those ask permission, beg forgiveness kind of situations where they would have done it and it would not have been on air. And they would have all had like this horrible thought about it and it would have been done. That's it.
And what's the end game comedically?
Like, what's
What
the
are we
punchline?
supposed to think this is funny? Is this comedy? Is this supposed
Yes.
to be grossed out? Is it both? Is it so he can talk about not doing it? And if he says come enough, we're gonna laugh at it. This is
Yes.
such it's all of it. It's such I can't believe.
it's-
And what universe is this not sexual misconduct? In
It-
what
it's-
universe? Unless you're a silent partner.
Because I like
Such-
it.
It was
That's
It's
why Richard
homoeroticism.
was hired.
It's homoeroticism at its highest. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
literally what
think?
this is. There's no other explanation for it, because normal straight men do not talk about stuff like this. This is not a
Can you
conversation
imagine
that
being
happens.
one of their kids, like Sal's kids, and
Oh my
having to,
God.
like report back to his friends are gabbing about this,
Oh,
and they have to use like to
absolutely.
explain
Counseling
this
they're
shit
gonna
to
need.
your- his kids, Sal's kids are now what in their late teens. There's no
Yeah.
way
Sal's
don't-
kids?
yeah.
I think they're both
Yeah,
in college.
they're
now.
all yeah.
Or college, right? Late teens, early 20s, whatever. And they got to explain
they're,
this shit
they're,
to
they're
them.
grown up.
How do you
and-
qualify this crap?
But what, mid
And
20s
they-
probably, right? At this point?
Just like explain this to your friends. Wait, like Sal, isn't your Antonio? Isn't your boss, your dad's boss Howard, like 70? What he why does he want to do this? What? Huh? Your dad's doing it? Your dad's 53? Huh? What? Who's this for? Like,
Can you
could
imagine when
have him
Richard
explain
comes
that?
over? The awkwardness. Your dad tasted he put his tongue on my taint.
oh my
I'm just saying that if the bit had
think it's
been
time to move
done
on.
in real time when everybody was in office and COVID was not the issue that Howard is making it out to be, they would have been able to take care of this bit in one fucking day.
But explain to me
Period.
how it's a bit. Can you explain?
Yeah,
I don't even know what the
it's not
definition.
like, yeah,
We've
it's
we've
a
taken
bit,
the word
yeah.
bit and torn it limb from
It's
limb.
something
I don't
for-
even know what that means.
It's something for Howard to get his jollies on. I mean,
And now,
that's
Dennis,
all
you're
that
spot on.
is.
Absolutely.
All it
Dennis.
is. at
I
this
think it's a
point.
homosexual boss that wants
Oh.
something to jerk off to. I think that's the only thing I could even.
Oh, it's
and it's
just-
under the auspices and guise of fake comedy.
Miss
This all
Beaverhausen
this
is right.
Well-
Wait, how do we say her name, Xavier?
Beaverhausen.
Yeah, imagine making
The
Robin wear
Beaverhausen.
that hat. How does it make it better when it's a male staffer? And you're right.
Well,
they would never
That's
do
why
it to a
there's no
woman.
that's why there's no females on the staff.
There
That's
are.
one for
There's
Brent.
like- there's
Thank
like
you very
three-
much,
there's
Beaverhausen.
three.
That's one for Brent.
Well, I
There's
mean,
three.
not to like
Put it on
derail
the
this
list.
conversation, guys, but didn't
Brent.
Howard derail fucking Richard's movie career after he made that a cameo in
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy?
They're not even
Guardians
allowed
of
to
the
do a
Galaxy?
podcast, X.
Like, remember the shit he gave him
Yep.
for that? How
Yep.
jealous he was.
Yeah.
So I think he had some sort of like,
I
he's
don't
a
know.
little spicy on
I hate
Richard's success.
everything.
Richard is a unquestioned a very talented drummer. He's been in more movies than Beth has, at least like credible movies.
True.
And he I think he has like a fucking like he doesn't like that Richard is kind of beloved.
He ripped Richard a new asshole for thinking that it was something special for him to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one for Brent too.
and
and
he
remember,
ripped
that's
him a
one
new
of- that's
asshole.
one
Who
of
the
the
fuck do you
only
think you
times-
are? It was a stupid,
I remember
shitty
he-
role.
Richard really sounded like crushed.
Absolutely.
You can.
Are you guys watching Peacemaker?
No.
I am. It's
Did you watch
hysterical.
Oh,
Peacemaker?
that was
Okay.
the best.
It's
Okay, that's
hysterical.
Loved it.
James Gunn. So
But
I'm guessing this. I think James Gunn. I don't know his whole history.
He's
I'm putting
very
two and two
Howard
together.
Stern driven.
Exactly. You couldn't. They had a huge Howard reference there. I also think he has some connection to the death metal community because all he does is play weird cheese metal bands.
Well, but the whole
throughout all
point of
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker was supposed to be that he loved 80s like hair bands.
That's coming from him. So he's
Yeah.
foisting his own music onto the
Yes, of
Peacemaker
course,
soundtrack.
and I love it.
And
I
I,
love
think he
every
has
bit
some
of it.
relationship with Richard. I think he has some. They go back somewhere in that death metal community.
Well,
I
wasn't
can't.
Richard also in another James Gunn movie? Why am I
He
thinking
was.
that
He was like both of them, I think. Both
he
of the
was in
Guardian
both
ones.
Guardians
one
of
of
the
those
Galaxy and
toxic
he was in something
He's like a
else.
Avenger-
pirate or something like that.
One of
Yes.
those schlock Toxic Avenger.
Yes,
or some
somebody
shit.
look that up for us so we
Yeah.
can get Richard Christie's like history
But
on this because
it's kind of like how
you're
what's
so
his name?
right,
Sam
Jeff.
Raimi has. Who's that one guy from Evil Dead? He makes a cameo.
Yeah,
in every
Sam Raimi.
single...
That's right, Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi has what fuck is the guy who is the lead in Evil Dead? He
Oh,
has
Bruce
he make him
Campbell?
do a cameo in every
Bruce
one of his
Campbell.
movies. And James Gunn was kind of having the same riff with Richard until Howard just pretty much pissed on it.
totally put the kibosh on it.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's like, and since then, I just can't help but notice how much he really doesn't like Richard. He
Well,
resents him.
He resents him. I
He
don't
totally
think he's
resents
jealous.
that he-
jealousy
he's made-
for Howard
Well,
comes
also-
financially.
And
Also-
Like, it's a financial
remember-
thing for Howard.
Let's
to be
not
jealous.
forget. Remember when Richard said he was going to go on a diet, and it was the same time Robin was on a diet,
Yeah.
and they all goofed on him for like your shit ain't going to work, and then he lost like 80 pounds or something like that, and then it was like silence. No one ever mentioned how much fucking weight Richard really lost. Like not to how they
Nobody
would've done it
mentioned
if
how
it
much
would've
weight
been
Robin lost.
Exactly. No, it
Yeah.
ended up in the very end, like Robin gained like 80 million pounds and he lost like 80.
Howard's
So-
a middle school mean girl. He just sits there and sizes up his stuff.
You're right.
Exactly.
Who gained
perfectly
6
put.
pounds? Let me
brilliantly
fat
put.
shame them. You
He's
gained
a mean
4
girl.
pounds.
He is the
He's a
mean
mean
girl.
girl to Richard.
He's a
Shot
mean
and
girl to
Floyd
everyone.
is-
Yeah, but
It's
he
not
seems to
even
be
funny.
extra
Like,
salty at Richard.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think the cum hat thing is just another passive aggressive shit. And he knows that Richard will do pretty much anything at this point because he
He
has
also
a family
can't
and
get
shit.
off the radio. He also can't do anything mainstream. Everything he does fails. So anytime you even a stupid cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is crazy over his head. He's jealous of that because he can't ever get off the radio.
But why is he jealous of that? When
Because
in
he
a
can't
second
do
he could
anything
public-
outside of radio. He
But
can't
in
That's
a
a good
second,
question.
he could have James Gunn on the show. He could have
That's a
anybody
really
from
good
that
question.
fucking
Why is he
cast on the
jealous?
show, but he chooses not to. He chooses not
because
to.
he's lazy. There's a weird lazy thing with him where he can't book these people if it's not his utter and total self-indulgence, and he can't quite. You know what I mean? Like a guy like James Gunn he never has directors on anymore. You notice? Like
No.
he used to have the big directors on all the time. It's almost like too intellectual for him or something. He can't hang in discussion. It's not A-list. He doesn't think it's gonna elevate his star enough. I don't know.
I don't
but
know, but then it's not Saturday Night Live related. It's not comedian related, even though we won't have comedians on
Why hasn't he
anymore.
had Lauren Michaels on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Lauren Michaels has
All he
never
does is
been
talk
on.
about. I know, never.
Yeah.
And they're friends in the Hamptons and Amagassett and all that shit. Not one time, never called in, not once,
No,
not a birthday
nothing.
message.
All right, what I'd like to play for you guys now, which is really, I think, really is, let's mark this as Tuesday, April 5th at 9:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will call this the worst song parody I've ever heard in my entire life. And I wasn't really looking to record this, but I just happened to be putting a chair together today and listening to the balance of the show. And I was like, what the hell?
Do we
What
have
the hell
a-
is this? What?
Do we
Was
have
it
a Bon Jovial bumper for this one?
No, we did not.
Was it,
Worst
was it an IKEA chair?
ever.
No, it was not. But nonetheless, this is the worst song. It's about Putin, and
Worst
apparently they
song
got.
ever.
And yeah, but can we just play a little? Just even though we're not going to do it.
Let's go to the calendar. April.
Oh, that fucking kills me.
One more time. Come on, one more time. Please, 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 please.
You need it? Okay, here we go.
Let's go to the calendar. April.
And just in case we need to go to
This
the
is like,
calendar.
what?
I know.
Sound
What is the
effects.
owl doing there? What Yeah, Dennis, you haven't been here for a day or two, so yeah, this was
Miss these
this
things.
is all new for April. But let's go to the calendar.
Let's go
people
to the calendar.
Yeah, so this is last year's calendar, and I need to update it with this year's calendar, but I'll do that at the 6-month mark. so that we can, continue the thought process from last
So
year.
the theory is that he might not be here next week. Is that the?
It's starting to look that way because he's
Okay.
really loading. He's really.
If he
loading with
does,
gas.
I'm gonna say he's gonna do a twofer, like 2 weeks off. If he takes next
I
week
hope
off,
so.
he'll go. He'll go through it.
When is
can you-
Easter?
Easter
This-
is the end of
this-
next week.
Is it this week or next week?
End of next week. It's
Okay.
the 16th, and
Copy.
this is Palm Sundays this Sunday, and then
Easter Sunday is the
Passover,
17th, yeah.
and the 17th, and Passover is the 16th, I think, right? So there you go.
I don't have that on my calendar. Okay.
I do. I have it on my calendar.
Yeah. Okay. So it might be. It might be.
In my
that,
my Generation X decades on this planet, I don't think I've ever been able to figure out when Easter is in my entire life. Years
There's
one of
no
those,
rhyme
yeah.
or reason
Okay.
for it.
It is the first.
Is it? I don't even know.
It's the first Sunday after the spring, the first moon of spring or
Stop
something.
it.
Oh, it's a
Stop
moon
it.
thing?
Just stop
Thanks,
it.
nerds. Thanks, nerds. Thanks, nerds.
It's a nerd. It actually is a moon thing.
Sorry, I celebrate Passover, so shut up.
Yeah, right.
I passed right over fucking Easter. That's exactly what I did.
Well, Passover is also driven by the moon cycle.
Is it
so-
really?
Yeah,
What
it is.
a bunch of wacky religious shit.
Fucking wacky shit. Wacky
It's all the
fucking
moon,
shit.
man.
The
All right,
cat
let's listen to the worst song ever. Here we go.
Think about that. We can't find Jesus. Where is he? He might be under the eggs.
Exactly. A bunny might be sitting on him, I think.
A bunny sitting on Jesus.
Let's do the worst parody song ever. I did not tape the whole thing because it's so awful, but here's just a little bit of it so that you may appreciate it. Here we go.
I don't like Vladimir Putin.
You little fucking twerky little fucking bitch.
I don't like Vladimir Putin. He's not nice. I don't like Vladimir Putin.
I don't have the foggiest idea who he is.
I don't like Vladimir Putin.
Okay? Okay?
Oh my
Welcome
God.
to the
This
Z
is like,
Morning Poot, Scott and Todd.
this is
Can I
like
play
hands
that
across
again?
Fragile X syndrome.
Can I play again?
No.
Please?
Why? Why do we need to do that again?
Vladimir
Oh,
Putin.
You little fucking twerky little fucking bitch.
Here we go, everyone.
Oh
Oh, God. I hate you, Putin. You're
I don't like Vladimir Putin. He's not nice. I don't like Vladimir Putin.
I don't have the
I can't
This is-
listen to it.
hold on.
This is
We
so
gotta,
bad.
We got to bring in Todd.
Listen up.
Pettingill.
Oh, the first live suicide on Radio Gunk.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, stop.
Hey, I want us to go viral, but not that way.
I
He's
say
gonna
they
take
bring
one
in,
for the team.
Exactly.
I heard it
Dude,
once. I don't wanna
70
hear it
staff
again.
members, people.
That is
Exactly,
like
Katie.
vomit.
Isn't that horrible?
I say they bring in Todd Pettingill to add some cutting edge to that.
God, Pettingill.
Yeah, go ahead.
Horrible.
Go for Dennis Miller. Go ahead.
Oh God, there he is. Where'd he come from? God, Christ's sake, that was more well done than a porterhouse at the Golden Corral buffet line during Mother's Day, for crying out loud.
Horrible.
took the
right?
Chris Rock picture
Yeah,
off.
no shit.
There he is.
$4,000
Shot,
in
shot.
hours,
A
everybody.
minute.
So true.
Okay, so that was
That was
horrible.
$4,000. That was $4,000 right there.
So I decided when the Red Hot Chili Peppers came on, I wasn't going to listen anymore. But again, since I was doing this fucking chair thing and I was sweating my balls off, I'm listening to the show, and there were two like stupidly key things that he said during the interview. First off, he interrupted them every 2 minutes. Like he didn't let them get a word in edgewise.
That's normal, though. That's
Of course
normal.
it is. And
That's-
he
that's
has
how
a way
interviews.
of having people talk and just bringing the whole room down. Like it was just so boring and just horrific, honestly. And I know we have a cleaning out the computer where we have a little bit of Anthony Kiedis when he was on the first time. So I'm looking forward to listening
Not
to
a little
that because
bit,
I
a
don't remember.
lot.
Well, too much actually, let's be honest. But so yeah, so let's listen to this, which I thought was hysterical. Apparently, one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers' daughters is on American Idol, and apparently doing really, really well. So Howard
That's all he cares
decides. Listen to the
The audacity.
are gigantic, like two giant fucking basketballs encased in fucking pigskin. That's how big Howard's balls are when he says this. Listen to this.
It is a good experience because, it breaks my heart in a way, some of these kids. You got 3 people judging you on, whether you can sing. Your daughter can
That part I
sing.
don't. That part
She's got a
I'm
great
not, I don't
look.
like
She can sing. I mean, she
Yeah,
looks
no.
like she could have a career, and she's got a father who's a major star. I mean, there's a
but
lot.
they-
But like when I see 3 people judging her and telling her what to do and stuff, you sit there and go, shit, I could never conduct my career that way. Anthony, you would never have gone on American Idol. If Flea wouldn't go on there doing the bass. You just wouldn't. You have to me, it's a scary proposition to have people sitting there judging you. What was great about you guys is when you started out, you'd go to a club or something, I guess, to play those initial gigs.
The balls on him.
Oh my god.
That is
I
pretty
don't even know how to fucking
nervy.
What did you do, you gong show gangly gunkard? What did you do?
I mean, what was the entire point of that?
AGT anyone?
What was the point of that interrogation? I mean, really, there almost seemed to be no point.
The fact that she's too talented to be on a judging show, and why would she, subject herself to being judged by these 3 people that don't really know anything when she has talent already? And why would she do this?
There was
And
no.
it's like-
So nepotism should always win out. We should always
Exactly.
And if you're related to someone, you
yeah.
automatically get a career. You don't have to have talent. You just have
Correct.
to have the
Emily Stern.
I was just.
And by the way, how many careers has American Idol launched as compared to America's Got Talent? What is
Oh,
it?
More than one.
30
more
to
than
0?
one.
More
You
than
mean
one.
the dogs? The dogs didn't hit it big? I mean,
What
I
is that
swear
name
I
of
thought they were going to do it.
Olaf, what
Olaf,
do they
the
call
The
it?
Olaf dogs.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, the Olaf dogs. Yeah. I thought they were gonna be like, they're gonna play Caesars, like, they were gonna kick Celine Dion out and be in the Caesars main room. But I
No.
guess I was wrong.
Did you hear him snorkel as well?
Snorkel.
Okay, just because this is up here with Gary Puppet. Hold on. This is like a nice little ode to Gary Puppet. So you're right. When your daughter has talent, there should be no reason whatsoever for you to be judged by anyone. So let's not judge, lest ye want to be judged.
Lest ye.
Through anger, rage, and circumstance, there's still oil in this lamp, 'cause the world is filled with your glory. We are ready now to see.
I love, he says, Emily Stern sings the Jews. She's got to be on drugs. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, there's lots of drugs going on.
I get
there.
all my
Lots
dad's
of drugs.
serious cash.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
She looks like she, smells.
What is she
of
sitting on anyway? That's
I
a
got
a box.
awkward.
a box.
She's sitting on a fucking
Oh, I
box.
bet she sits on
mean-
boxes.
Yeah.
More productive than Beth's day. I'm Team Emily all the way. More productive than Beth.
So
I bet that thing smells like spoiled turpentine when she gets there.
exactly.
So now I don't
she
know if
smells like
anybody's.
patchouli or something.
I don't think that anybody's ever seen the Zoozazoo, which is really kind of quite classic. Do you know who originally did the Zoozazoo, John?
No.
It's a cover. Is it really a cover?
I'm gonna guess it wasn't
Wait.
Bob Dylan.
No. Who made this video of Emily Stern doing?
Oh,
Zoozazoo?
your first impulse is to say Gary Puppet and everybody, but
No,
I think it
I
could
don't
be
think so.
someone else. Well, yeah, okay. This Horsetooth YouTube, that's the one that had Boys in the Hamptons. That's the one where we sussed out the Boys in the.
Yeah. So who did
Feel the
this?
sun. I don't know who this
I
is. It
used
was
to
a
know
a
this.
PayPal Shed staple, and I can't remember who it's attached to, but it was
'Cause
someone
this
we
is
like.
fucking
It's like a
classic.
bring back Jackie type who's not on our site that we like, kind of.
Someone right click and save this because this is about to go bye bye.
Oh no, it's been here forever.
I have it on 10 hard drive.
Said you knew I was gifted, but
10
you never
years.
could figure out just how much. You always said you knew I was gifted, but you never could figure out just how much. Suza, 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 Suza.
Could you
Oh,
imagine,
that is
imagine Deborah on
amazing.
ecstasy dancing to this song at 3
Can
o'clock
you
in the morning?
imagine?
The only thing that would have made it better if she was just naked with a sock on her cock.
Exactly.
Sock on her cock.
Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard. This is like...
Oh my god, Gina Bobina had a brilliant idea. Corey Feldman's got to remix that. Oh, those two collaborating.
Oh my god, I love that so much. I haven't watched that in years. That's been up for like a good 10 years.
10 years.
That guy's got a great site. Doesn't do much with it now, but he's the guy who
Brilliant.
put the friggin' he leaked the Beth's Boys in the Hamptons video.
Never ever gets old. Never ever gets old. Okay, so my final clip for today is Howard admitting to his magical thinking and what his perceived problems are with OCD. So apparently, I don't even know whose voice is whose in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So let's go with Flea was talking about his OCD and how horrible it is, and you know how debilitating it's been for him. And then of course Howard can completely associate with that because of his magical thinking.
He loves that.
Loves it. He loves this.
You know what, Flea?
I think it's just
when
that
I read
thing
your
where
Never
but
gets
Flea,
old.
when I read your book,
He's so excited. To get
I related to it because of your anxiety. You know, I suffer from OCD, and it sounds to me like you do because I have magical thinking sometimes. I think if, like you described in your book, if I put a book down on the bed, I was afraid the thoughts of the book would leak onto the bed, and I have all that shit. If I don't put my glasses down on my night table the right way, it means my career's over. All this weird shit that I can't explain.
Yeah.
Monique, isn't magical thinking toxic positivity?
Yes.
Where you're just
so basically,
it's not even right.
So basically what magical thinking is, okay, so say, and it does have to do with OCD. It is definitely, there is definitely a correlation to it. So if I take these glasses off, and so what I'm supposed to do with them, and so if I fold them correctly and I put them on the table correctly, that's the way they're supposed to be. But if for some reason I take them off and I leave them like this and I just drop them on the thing here and I don't fix them before I do another task, that means something bad is going to happen to me. You know the way sometimes, and I have very, very slight OCD, but it's not really even the same, because sometimes when you think to yourself, okay, you know, you push the elevator button to go up and there's 4 elevators and you think to yourself, okay, if number 1 comes first, then I'm going to have a really good day. And if number 2 comes first, then it's going to be a kind of shitty day. And like things like that. And that's kind of a version of magical thinking, like that that things that are out of your control will affect how your day goes.
Yeah. You can will your day by the power of the spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's just the fucking virtue of
it's fucking miscavige Dianetic Scientology.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I have like I have real OCD also. I really actually have real, not like
we
him.
We all have some
but,
form
but I
of
have
it.
that I caught myself doing that magical thinking stuff so many different times. Going, this is, and you just go, this is fucking retarded.
So stupid. I'm so
it's
stupid
just like
thinking it.
Why am I thinking this? This is idiotic.
Exactly.
It makes
Why
him
am I
feel,
thinking this?
it's a narcissist way. It makes him feel superior. It gives him like an out. It gives him like an superiority complex. It's also a way to humble brag that you have.
Humble brag.
You're so eccentric. He's eccentric. It's a great excuse too to get out of stuff because I'm mentally ill. Look, I have OCD. It's just it's a narcissist way to humble brag.
I'm
John Travolta have that?
Sorry.
It's Scientology is probably leaked into it.
When John Travolta did that movie Angel, there was an accident on the set, and rather than taking the dude to the hospital, like fucking John tried to put hands on him, like he thought he was really like an angel and creating miracles and shit.
You're kidding.
He's like, "Give me to the fucking hospital, assholes!" Like
exactly.
Like, take me to the hospital.
Nothing you do to
John
me is
wants
going to make me
touch
feel
you.
better.
But that's the same maniacal, ego-driven bullshit.
What was that Benjamin line? Howard's OCD allows him to hide in his basement and not see his kids for 10 years.
Yeah.
So wait, Gino Bobina has the thing. Have you met Italians? Yeah. That's where all the superstition comes
from. We all have a little version of the Malalokia going on right now.
I got my Malalokia right here. I got my
one. Dennis, do the up yours where you grab the elbow and punch into the screen.
Like that.
There you go. Or just that's great. And then when someone speeds down your street and it's in a Dodge Charger and you're hosing down the driveway, that's what you do.
Hey,
You got kids playing stickball over here.
Bring it down.
I'm trying to listen to Johnny Valley, motherfucker.
Johnny Valley.
Johnny Valley.
Did you combine Johnny Mathis and Frankie Valley?
Johnny Mathis.
Did you just
Johnny Valley.
Johnny Valley? That's your new character, Johnny
Forget
Valley.
about it.
I'm
Okay.
not hip to the jive.
So that's it for my
Frankie
clips.
Valley, sorry.
Johnny Valley, it's okay. He interrupted the entirety of the Red Hot Chili Peppers on the entirety of the interview. It was actually horrible. And that's all I got for today. So now it is time for Johnny to...
I should say before you do...
Cleaning out the computer.
John? Yes, John?
The Chili Peppers are getting a station on Sirius.
Oh,
Lest
absolutely.
you think there's some
what a
randomness
surprise.
about this. They were at the Laker game.
Ooh.
We all have a theory, too, that this was pre-taped. Did it feel pre-taped to you guys listening to it?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think anything was...
It was 6 a.m.
topical.
It was 6 a.m. when in L.A. There's no way the Red Hot
quick
Chili Peppers
question.
were up at 6 a.m.
I don't
Dennis,
think so
quick
either.
question. Did they mention Coachella at all?
Not that I'm aware of. Why?
No. Okay, then it was pre-taped because that's been all over the news that they're going to replace Kanye as
Oh, that should have been like the headline thing.
first
Yeah,
thing they
that's
started
yeah. So like
I didn't
100% that would have been something they would have talked about.
I don't think I listened to the whole thing. So if anybody knows
Okay, well,
that, just
look,
let
listen.
us
I'm
know.
going on. If that wasn't mentioned, then it was pre-taped.
Because that was like a big thing today.
It's all over the news. I mean, look up in all the entertainment things.
Wait, now I'm getting about. I look old. No, I just have
Who
white
said
hair.
that? Who said that?
Zerky 842.
I thought
I just
Dennis
have
was
white
young.
hair.
He has a good young voice. That's a
You
good
have
thing.
you have the
I have white hair.
Yeah, it's okay. He's had white hair since he was 22. It's okay.
yeah he speaks on a 28-year-old level.
Okay. Nonetheless, as we
People accuse me of an 18-year-old level, but it's okay.
I like this. Mikhail Hansen writes, "Magical thinking is Beth loves me for me, and is attached for me."
This
Versus
is
Beth
true.
carries a picture of Howard's wallet.
nonetheless, it is time.
Cleaning out the computer.
Okay, so there's way too many clips. You got to pick and choose your spots because I got to leave in a half hour. So what do you got? Oh, they're all short, mercifully.
They're all
Wow.
pretty short. I mean,
Okay.
this is from our buddy in the thread. I love you, but, and that's why I went back to 2004 and got to release Cletus
Cletus,
clips.
clitoris clips.
Okay.
So I guess it starts with
Brent Spiner.
He comes in and there's bad blood between the two, and I'll tell you what I remember with them in clip one. This is Cletus one.
That's most important. Grew your hair long again. I mean, longer.
For Shantae shaves, I grow.
Hey, you look good.
Thank you.
What's happening? I haven't seen you in like how many years?
It's been quite a while. I saw you before you had a TV show.
Yeah, I thought you were done with us.
I thought you were done with that.
With what?
With, I don't know, radio. You skipped over.
I almost was.
Yeah.
Big decision
Wow.
for me.
What happened this morning? You got paid?
That's
What do you mean?
That's what they said in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah, I get paid, but even more importantly, I get to do what I want to do.
Right. Freedom is the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I was getting paid here, plenty.
That's what I hear.
And I could have continued here.
Yeah.
But I sat down and I said, I'm not having fun anymore. I'm getting censored to death. The FCC's, by the way, for any broadcaster who thinks it's not happening.
Hold on, Zuma Dog says Chili Peppers are replacing Kanye. They didn't mention it. Howard did thank them for getting up so early, and Chad said he stayed in a hotel the night before to be able to be there early today.
What do we deduce from this?
I don't know.
Well, X says that if they don't, I mean, why
It
would
was
you
all over
not
the
bring
news
that
today
up?
that they're replacing Kanye because Kanye just decided he went nuts. You know, like he's not going to do it.
Yeah, I think all this stuff is pre-taped. They were at the Laker game on Sunday.
I think they're allowed. Oh,
I'm just saying that they're from
you look like Data from Star Trek.
So tune in tomorrow, guys, as we talk about the Magic Johnson slap.
Are we going to do that? Or are we going to discuss? No, tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow.
Like Christopher Lloyd.
Save it for tomorrow. That's going to be at least 40 minutes of.
Okay, so let's go on. Let's move on to Howard doing acid.
Yes, Shen, you're on the air with Anthony Kiedis.
Hello.
Jen.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
First of all, Howard, congrats. Anthony, big fan.
Thank you.
You mentioned you were shooting up LSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that, man?
You peak instantly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long does it last?
Not long.
Isn't that scary? I've done acid.
Well, that's a shot to the brain.
And I took 4 hits one night, and I almost died. I mean, I thought I lost my mind. I think it's the most dangerous drug on the planet.
It was a moment of desperation.
Right. And to shoot it must be crazy.
I was desperate.
How long were you...
Okay, so...
Anyone
how
believe
it's
that?
done. Yeah, no.
No,
Does anyone
not
believe
a
that?
word. Not a word of that.
Speaking of drugs, there's so much in here. Okay, so this is on the Deppening. We pretty much sussed out that John
British
Frusciante
actors.
killed River Phoenix with what is called a speedball. I honestly am such a drug ignoramus. I didn't really know what that was.
Oh, you know what that is?
It's
I
cocaine.
did not
and-
really. I didn't realize it was a cocktail of all these.
That's what killed Belushi.
All right, calm down, Timothy Leary. I didn't know what it was.
little cocaine, little heroin.
we're all Timothy Leary all of a sudden. I didn't really know what it was. At least this he talks about Kiedis and 4 writes speedballs, and this is what we deduce on the Deppening that John Frusciante. I guess this is a Chili Pepper staple. The speedball, more speedballs than Randy Johnson in 1996. So we deduced that he gave this to River Phoenix to kill him on the Deppening. So I guess the speedball thing is the thing with the Chili Peppers.
Okay, so was there a clip to go with that, or no?
Yeah, it's called Kiedis 4 Speedballs and Mexicans.
I'm looking.
You'll see where the Mexicans come from. 'Cause
You injected yourself with cocaine, speed, black tar heroin, Persian heroin, and even once LSD.
Yeah.
Is heroin great? And I know that it becomes a burden, a monkey, but
It
what
literally killed
happens
their
to you
best
when you
friend
first take
investing
it?
in this.
Yeah, it's great for a little while.
Because it blocks out all of your pain?
And it just releases every little dopamine chemical in your brain, and you feel all euphoric and dreamy and trippy. And
Feels like
warm.
an orgasm?
Not so much. Mm-hmm. It's less.
Howard has no idea about drugs.
I know. There's nothing.
No, it's
worse.
not a clue.
Make you feel like you're having an orgasm. It's like
The only way
no.
Howard can relate is if drugs are euphemism for semen.
Exactly. Exactly. How about heroin and sex with X?
Okay, yeah.
Daddy drug
the
dealer?
point of this, I love you, but the point of all this was that he gets the information wrong constantly. So throughout these clips I have, he constantly gets information wrong, and Keaton's like, no. And so your buddy Ratso Sloman wrote this book with him, and that's how he gets booked on the show. And I should say this: he just signs with Sirius, so he's in that huckster, the beginning of the huckster salesman stage with Sirius. Richard just gets hired.
HK Finn 83 says Howard thinks a speedball is coffee and an antihistamine.
Classic Huck fan.
Oh, that's great. That's
You
great.
take
All right,
my
so which
fans.
one should I play next?
What did you want to? Let's go with
Daddy
Bed-
drug dealer, hundreds of fat chicks.
They're
Marty
all
insults him.
They're all good. In bed with Cher.
Okay. I love that.
So you're laying there, and Cher is in the bathroom, and she says, "Tony, don't worry, I'll be in a minute."
Yeah.
She walks out of the bathroom, nude.
Poor Cher. She agreed. She's like, yeah, you can leave that in the book.
Well, fine. I mean, I admire the honesty, but you're a young boy. So she walks out fully nude, and
No, she
you-
doesn't walk out fully nude. She changes in the bathroom.
into nothing.
No, she changes into a nightie, but in the process of changing into the nightie, you have to wear nothing for a minute.
Oh, so you could see.
I saw the change down.
Oh, big
But she
deal.
got into bed, and she took all her clothes off.
Not in bed.
She didn't?
No.
She laid there in a...
So should I write a book about Scott Baio getting fucking naked and
Yeah.
passing out on my couch?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
It's just as good.
It's just as good. It's just as relevant to anything.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking idiot. I'm just going with this.
You would shoot heroin with your ex-girlfriend and have sex for 12 straight hours. How does
Who
one...
said that? Ratso?
Yes. You
Ratso.
said that in your book. Do you read this book?
Yeah, no,
Hey, I was misquoted in my own book.
No.
No, really. No, seriously. Is that true?
I think everyone who does opiates has that experience. It's a little something.
Does it take you 12 hours to get through it because everything's so slow? Everything is behind schedule.
Yeah.
You hear how different Robin sounds
Yeah.
than she does
Yes.
today?
Yep.
Yes, because she's like has her
This
wits
is a different
about her then.
character, right?
Yeah.
This is a different character that she has.
Well, no, the brain damage from all the chemo isn't happened yet.
Yeah, blame the chemo.
Sure, blame it on the chemo.
Wow.
Well,
And by the way,
helped.
you are quite a ladies' man. You've had a history with hundreds of women, as you point out in your book.
I didn't point that out in my book. Ratso pointed that out.
Well, wait a second. You have your name on the book. You have to take some credit for it.
You had to tell Ratso for him to put it in
Robin,
the book.
who was the basketball player who said I was misquoted in my own book?
Wasn't that Dennis Rodman?
I think it was.
Dennis Rodman didn't even know the title.
Yeah, you might have some problems doing these interviews. So you were like, you better go read this book.
Yeah.
But you were like, you better go read this book.
Yeah.
You had hundreds of women, and yet you say, out of all the women you've had, the best experience you ever had was with a fat woman.
I did not.
You say that in your book.
No.
But you're going to have a rewrite on.
This is amazing. So Ratso Sloman is the ghostwriter for this book?
Yeah, this is...
So there's all sorts of outrageousness going on in it that he has no idea actually occurred in his life.
You all have to link this to Private Parts and the making
I can't
it up.
wait to do a really deep dive into Private Parts. That's going to be my summer reading, and we are definitely doing that this
He just
year.
wrote whatever he felt like and how it
That's
goes, that
exactly
sounds
right.
good. That's my life.
And you know, there was somebody who directly correlated it to this comedian. I have it written down somewhere, and I'm going to read it to you guys one day. But there was a book that Ratso had also done, and there was a lot of similarities with this guy who was Jewish, who was raised in a black community and stuff like that. And he thinks, and they were best friends, him and Ratso Sloman. And so the thought was that Ratso took a lot of the book's major context from this other book that had been written years and years and years ago. So it's part of my thesis for the Private Parts book. So I'm definitely going to do something with that sometime in the very, very near future. Maybe over the Easter holiday we can do that. All right, let's go to Artie Insults
All right,
Him.
no. Next one. How about this? Because this is what Flea is violent and sex with his girl. So he screws up another fact and this pisses Kiedis off again.
I love it.
You've got tons of dough. You don't need to come clean about all this. Why did you write a book?
It was an accident.
It was an accident?
Yeah, the seed
you
got...
fell over Ratso?
It was an accident?
No, the seed got planted, and
right.
I like the idea of describing different eras of time that I lived through, the 70s and the 80s, and my friendships and the adventures and the music, and it just became a biographical memoir.
Flea scares me.
Does he?
Yeah, I mean, really petrifies me. I would be nervous being in a room with him. I feel he's very violent. Am I right?
You're wrong.
I feel that way.
But I can see why you would feel that way.
Why do I feel that way?
If I didn't know him, I might feel that way.
And yet you had the nerve to have sex with his girlfriend, is it?
No, I never had sex with his girlfriend.
Wait a second. What am I reading here?
8 to 10 people giving you this information.
You had sex with Flea's girlfriend.
Will Murray's the reason.
No.
Did Ratso get that wrong?
No, he didn't. Again, I'm going to blame it on the 70s. It was his sister.
Oh, Flea's sister.
Which, why?
Oh.
Is this true, Dorian Morgan? Flea is violent. He slapped the shit out of a girl I know. You know what? Drugs will do things to people, I guess. I'm not really sure. So allegedly, Flea is, in fact, violent.
You want to hear Artie insult Kiedis and say that his book is full of lies? I mean, it's...
Okay.
So the book is called Scar Tissue. It's available in stores now. Anthony Kiedis is the author.
Yeah.
He agrees with most of what's in the book.
Has a few questions.
Yeah, he has a few questions about that book. I mean, there's tons of people on the phone with questions and all that kind of stuff. You have to come back for a full show, 4 hours straight.
Okay.
I'm saying his book is one of the few fictional autobiographies.
Sounds like you got it all right.
Not true.
You share story alone.
Use that word.
No, did I know fictional?
Yeah. You like that,
dude? I'm a big fan. I can't wait to read this book. Honestly,
everybody knows, of course, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, so this is the origin of Richard. Now Chauncey is exposed that Richard was signed with the show before he actually won the contest. So this is Richard with the show. We probably didn't, and he prank calls Kiedis during this, as his dad's name is Blackie, apparently. So Richard is on the line and he insults Kiedis with a prank call. Clip not Kiedis 9.
Got it.
The book is in stores now. Yes, Blackie, you're on the air.
Hey, Anthony, it's Daddy.
No, it isn't.
Hey, what do you say we go out after review for beer and a needle?
Oh, gee.
Oh, come on.
Is your father completely clean now?
You'd have to ask him. I don't think so. I think I think he enjoys an ale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Was your dad's name Blackie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when your dad's name
he doesn't sound like an idiot, and so that's how I recognize the difference.
If my dad was called...
Also, it's weird because Rich's voice is a lot faster.
Yeah.
It's not, hey,
Yep.
huh.
I mean, the fake Kansas act he puts on? Yeah, I know.
Total fake. All right, I think I'm done with my Ketis clips. Thanks God.
You did your Kegels?
Is there anyone we haven't? I guess it's not.
Ketis pranked again?
Yeah, there's another. It's not a big deal. It's just somebody. I think it's that Zolar who did the chick voice, and then he goes into.
Done. Okay, we're done. So listen, everybody. So tomorrow is Wednesday. This has been a really, really awful week. And
It's gonna get worse.
There's no bottom. There's no bottom.
Miss Piggy's on tomorrow.
Who's Miss Piggy? Oh no. Okay, so you know all they're going to talk about is Will Smith. Right? I mean, that's going to be the entirety of the conversation.
Is that true, Greenpoint? Steve Brandano fake calls. Was he on the show back then? That's That's 04. Brandano's about 36, 37.
No, well, it says on Stuttering John's last show, Steve Brandano fake calls in to insult John.
Yeah,
so,
but that's 04. Brandano.
No. He's talking about on Stuttering John's show.
Oh, okay.
Steve Brandano called in to insult John.
That?
Are we sure it was him? I don't know anything about that.
I don't see him doing anything ballsy.
Okay, so I want to play this again because it's so good.
Marcy. Like Vladimir Putin.
You little fucking twerky little fucking bitch.
I don't like Vladimir Putin. He's not nice. I don't like Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Valdemir Bomarano. All right.
So edgy.
I gave you a clip because Xavier brought this up, and you cannot repeat this gossip enough. And even though people know it's been out there, of Tim Sabian's story about his exit from the show, and I gave the video of exactly what happens. And I think people should, you may or may not know this. I think you can't.
Do I have
enough.
that?
I gave you a video of it.
You can play my clip from the other day.
When you did so I want to back up. I want to match up the gossip with what he said. That this is. I mean, some people heard it, some people didn't. You can't repeat it enough because it's one of the. It just shows you who Howard really, truly is. It's him at his worst, behind the scenes, the piece of shit sociopath he really is.
All right, hold on a second because I don't know how long this clip is. How long is this clip?
It's a couple minutes.
All right, hold on. Let me. Just give me a second. Okay, hold on, my friends. Just give me one quick second.
What have we resorted to?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
I'd like to apologize for this show.
I'd like to apologize. All right, here we go. Hang on a second. Let me clip it. Sorry, I hadn't had it downloaded. I didn't realize I had
sometimes
this.
the thing is true.
Yes, of course it is.
Speaking of Gordon Jump, doesn't Sabian remind you of Gordon Jump? The big guy from Andy
Big guy.
WKRP.
Okay, here we go.
Describe your part. Like, how does your how do you leave the show? All the success happens. You're loyal. Just be as honest as you want to be.
I'll tell you the truth.
So what happened
when he decided to bring this Marcy and whatever?
So Marcy Turk is someone who comes in. Howard reads this book, Getting Things Done. It's almost like a cultish thing.
Yeah, we had,
and he hires this woman that's going to run his life, basically.
Yeah.
All right, I'm a little spotty, so bear with me.
Exactly, and I can't play.
She's not a comedy person. No, she's not a radio person.
I can't do reindeer games. So
hang on, I'm gonna see if I just do the audio and not the video.
Please, for the love of God, just do
that.
Yeah, the audio.
Ronnie, can you not play videos now? Is it always gonna?
No, there's just some lag. It's all good.
You want me to just give you audio from now on?
What, guys? What, guys?
Can you not play videos smoothly?
Well, you sent it to me as an MP4, so I didn't have any choice but to do that,
But
unless
isn't that
I
normal?
then have to convert it to an MP3 in order to play it. And since blah, 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 Vladimir Putin, you're a real
mean
nice
guy.
Okay, let's try it this way. Let's just play it without the.
I don't know what the fuck happened there, but anyway, it was enough. I had enough.
She seems like a con artist.
Yeah, total. But the thing is that
So now the reason I want to give Tim's resume with radio, how impressive it is. So now you're going to people like you, and even Baba Booey, Gary to a certain extent, this amazing producer.
Wow, he is.
Now here's someone who's telling you how to run a radio show.
Yeah, I was
who was
the
an
greatest
assistant to a guy who wrote. She didn't even write the book. She's an assistant to a guy who wrote the fucking book.
Wow. He's really on like something.
really
on this
special.
Oh yeah, that's some speed going on there, man.
Jesus Christ! All right, it's.
She's
It
making
was-
comedy decisions.
It was great. One of the greatest compliments ever was from Gary before I left, and he says,
And
Tim,
I love Gary.
Yeah, Gary said to me, he said, Tim, he said, I can't believe all the things that you have accomplished in this place,
Right.
and no one could have done what you've done
No.
because you're a unique individual, and it really.
Howard doesn't make phone calls just to make them. He called you for a reason.
But it was an amazing
A lot of guys
time.
could have got that.
But
gig.
the thing is, Artie, you have to understand something. You know, that was yesterday, and that was a time in our life and all that. And
So
I told
you
you
moved
before.
on,
By the way,
but I mean, it was
everybody
a
beats the
time
shit
where
out
you
of John for
you had
interrupting
bitterness.
Artie on our show.
No, I
Artie's
really
10 times
didn't
worse.
because I was so distracted by my parents dying. I was so distracted. You know, it was really hard going through a divorce. That was hard.
Right.
It was like if you could invent the perfect storm, I had the perfect
Yeah,
storm.
yeah. I've
You
been
know,
through some
and
perfect
people,
storms
people
personally.
didn't understand. They thought, "What the
And I
fuck?"
get
You know. And I tried to keep it to myself, and it was really really hard. But you know, it's what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
And that's what I told you before we started this
No,
podcast.
you
now.
were very
but
nice
you
to me.
could. But no, now you are bigger than all of that. You really are, and can be if you keep your shit together.
Right,
Number
of
one.
course.
Number two, but it's a Rocky story in the making. You know, and you have the ability to inspire people and to pull people up rather than push them down or to beat them down or to make them feel lesser. Because you're the type of person that you're every man's man. You know, and I'm serious.
I appreciate that.
But you have that
Oh,
opportunity.
he's so cute. See, Tim, that's the way Tim talks to everybody. Tim is like
The
Tim is like
motivational
such
speaker.
a good inspirational speaker to people. Knowing fully well that, you know, Artie of course was going to go through shit again, knowing fully well that Artie was high as a fucking kite when he
Right.
did that interview with him, knowing fully well that this wasn't going to last. But yeah, so absolutely when Tim asked Howard
He's
if he
going
could have
into
some
it here.
time off because his father was dying. And Howard, you know, clearly said to him that the show was more important. That's it. End of fucking
Maybe
story.
you should. He goes into it here. He says, maybe you should just not continue with us anymore. Right in the middle of. Could you possibly imagine telling, confiding in someone about your dying parents? Now imagine the wrath this king baby piece of shit would have if the situation were reversed. Ben and Ray are both dying. He's taking care of him, and he gets fired on the spot. Do you know how much he's still talking about shit from WNBC today?
Yeah.
He's still harboring stuff from his fake high school era in Roosevelt, which he went
Yes.
to Rockville Center.
Yes.
So play the rest of it.
Okay, here we go. Hang on. Let me go back. And then we're going to be done with
Thank you, welfare applicant.
And that ability, if you play your cards right and do the right things, you've got a second chance at life.
Yeah,
So you know,
15th chance in a lot of ways. No, but Tim, that's very nice.
But it's true. It's very true.
You
And
see, this
you're a
is the-
great storyteller,
thank you.
tremendous storyteller.
Well, this is the Tim Sabian now. This is why
doesn't
I
listen. He
love
doesn't
talking to Timmy and having him on. He's not a guy who abandoned you. He's a foxhole friend, bro.
I
but
got
he's
your
also-
back. You know, it's like if
No,
you.
I know. And let me tell you something. He also calls you on your shit, but he's a man's man. You're the same type of guy. How do you find out you're not on the Stern Show anymore? How did that end? What, you got a phone
I went
call?
in to tell Howard that I says, my dad's dying. I'm going to take a leave. Well, did you clear? I work for the company, so I had to clear through the company first.
Your dad's dying.
Yeah, and he says, well, maybe we should just part company.
Wow. Is that how it happened?
Yeah.
Tim, I never knew that.
Yeah, that was harsh. It was that.
So you're sitting alone in a room in Howard's office or whatever.
That hurt.
And you say, I need to leave absence because my dad's dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look, not to defend Howard at all, but this,
No,
is, what,
but
this is what I'm talking about.
he
It's a
did be-
business.
and
Howard
his-
has the ability as a guy who says, maybe it's over. And it got to that point with me with heroin. He goes, what am I going to do? Artie's going to die, and I don't want to watch it or enable it. But, dude, that's a guy who's successsul. He's
Because
like,
he was-
now it's over. I don't
Now-
care what the personal issues are.
But
We've
it-
run the gamut.
No, but the thing is that I think that he had bad influences around him.
But Howard doesn't have to listen to anybody.
No,
dude.
he doesn't.
The
But-
one guy
but you
who
know what?
Howard does listen to is Don Buchwald.
But-
and
but
Don,
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. I'm still playing it. Hang on. How
getting
horrible
dizzy.
is this, right?
You
It's
get,
not
that kind of guy.
you get so wrapped up in your own
Right.
bullshit, and when you live in a
almost
world
over.
like
One more
that
minute.
where you're so protected and you're so cut off from the
You're the
real
best.
world.
You're the best. A lot of sycophants.
Exactly, and I tell it like it is, and
Yeah, I
sometimes
know.
you don't want to hear it, whatever.
Right.
But it was. I never knew how grueling that job was until I got out of there. Like
well,
when,
I mean,
I
and
told
you
the
were in a unique. You were in
took-
uncharted waters. No one did anything. like that
it took me 3 weeks to about a month to recoup, literally to sleep and to get my soul back, my spirit back, and all that kind of thing. And I was like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because you really get into that mindset and that environment.
It's a bubble.
And you don't understand that there's another world out there. And all of a
Right.
sudden you look out like, holy fuck.
And people are afraid to leave. But you know what?
Exactly.
You know what you have? You have talent. In other words,
but-
Howard always used to say, Riley Martin, why can't I have more money? Because you have no one else who wants you to do a show. The way capitalism works is someone else has to want you.
Yeah, exactly.
And who
yeah.
wouldn't want you in their life, business-wise?
But
We do
the
want
thing is,
Riley.
it's like I'm my own person, and I have
I know,
strong.
yeah, sure, yeah.
But
It's
It's-
too much. It's too manic for me.
That's okay. That's okay. We got the gist of it.
Too
That's
manic.
good enough. That's the dump there is good enough. That's what we wanted. That's
This
about
is-
the worst thing I've ever heard.
And
How
this
you
is
can
the way
treat another
Tim
human
talks
being.
to you all the time. This is the way Tim will always prop me up if I'm feeling down. I mean, not as much as Xavier does, but Tim will always prop me up if I'm feeling bad, or he'll talk to you about things that he thinks could be good for you to do and work on and stuff like that. And he was just doing real Tim with Artie, But yeah, we just found it amazing and amusing that he's constantly talking about his father dying and how this is such a big wear on him and how hard it is for him and blah 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 blah. Yet he doesn't see it for anybody else. Like it's only I can have parents die, no one
That's
else.
right. That's right.
That's it.
Right.
That's
yeah,
right.
Rupert Pumpkin writes, Tim was not as blunt when he was Well, that was years before that, Rupert. He had time to stew and think about it, and now he's unloading. That was when he was still, maybe I'm going to get back, it's serious in the business, and he was trying to take the high road, no pun intended. And now
It's a different time. I think that if we had an interview with him today, it would be much, much different. But you know what? It's one of those things where Tim's NDA is almost up.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
when to talk to him.
when
Well,
that
you
happens,
should have, the chart of his days. We should have a chart, of
his
NDAs expiring.
Exactly.
So just have
But you
each
know what?
staff
He always has to walk a fine line. He's still in business, and so it's and he hates it. He hates that one of the first things that pops up when you Google his name is Benjamin's classic thread. Did Tim Sabian make his own murder with Marcy Turk? And it's one of those things. It's just you can't help it, and it's like, Tim, that is one of the most popular threads on my site, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong that Marcy kind of came in like the cunt that she was and sea monkey, and kind of took your job. That's it.
Monique, I have one
that note-
more video clip. It's very quick. It's very small.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
This is
really?
Flea. This is Flea at the Private Parts premiere, and he doesn't like Howard, but somehow they convince him to go to the Private Parts premiere, and he gets interviewed, and he gets really, really prickly when asked about Howard. It's a strange, strange little thing here. It's just cute flashback to
Oh, it's
1997.
adorable. Okay, hold on. This is going to be the
yeah.
last thing, though, Johnny.
Okay.
It's the last
This is
thing.
it. We have all summer to clean out the goddamn computer, but these are relevant, so
We
I'll-
have
I'll
like
give you that.
90 days.
90 fucking days to
90
clean out
fucking
the
days.
fucking
Bitches
computer.
are gonna be on the air.
At all.
Okay, hang on.
Is
I got
anybody
it.
listening?
Hang on. All right, here we go. Let me share this. Give me a second. Share screen, Chrome tab, private parts, share.
Sweetest taboo.
All right, here we go.
I think that's the plan.
Are you a Howard fan? Yeah, it's all fine with me. It's all good. I'm a kind of amazed and shocked and confused by this amazing American.
Sorry, it's me.
It's just pause.
What,
I have that.
what the
It's
fuck?
me. It's
what?
me. It's
All right.
me. It's me.
What are you saying? What
Temporary cultural phenomenon. I don't know if I understand it, but I mean, people here seem to be really passionate about it and really into it.
Now, Fartman is your comic book character. Now, I know Rob Zombie does comics. Did you ever think about doing a comic?
with him, a farman?
I would do anything with Rob Zombie.
Did you read comics as a kid?
I worship comics as a kid. I still read comics. I have a huge comic book collection. In fact, my cousin was Jack Adler. Jack Adler painted all the covers for all the DC comics. And I had all the comics in Arabic and different languages, all the first editions, and my mom threw them out.
What a tortured childhood. My uncle works for DC Comics and writes... Look at that
Nice part
hair.
in that hair.
Look at that.
Yeah,
What is this?
That wig.
This is the private parts premiere when they...
Who is
in New
this?
York.
But who's that? Who's that?
You
Who's
remember
the Joker?
MTV hired some kid interviewer for like a couple...
No.
Yeah.
I
it was like a
remember
little
that
gimmick they
Andy
tried.
Kalinopoulos or whatever.
Yeah, Milanakis, right, for Kim, right.
But that's it. All right, let me see if I can get this working because we have
Don't worry about it.
15
Don't worry about it. It's
seconds
not worth
left.
it.
Oh.
It's a tragic story. How does it feel to be such a... It's better be in the movie. How does it feel to be a god, man?
I don't know that I feel like God, although I was in a Pope mobile coming up the road here, and I felt real stupid. I felt like a hamster trapped in a cage.
Last question. You're having a party later. Can I come?
Absolutely, man. You're there.
All right.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow.
Fuck off, Howard. Fuck off. All right, we're done. We're done for the night.
For $1.
Thank you, Arnold Strong.
$1.99. You got $1.99.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On that note.
All right, on that note, it is time to bid everybody adieu. Bid you adieu. Time to walk the puppies. And we shall say goodbye. Should we say goodbye with the intro or the outro? Guys?
Intro?
Outro?
I mean,
How about both?
John singing is
Yeah, go with
something
the
that's
intro. Go with the
just too phenomenal. Although I don't know where to end it on that. Okay,
Night,
let me see.
Tiger Lily.
Good night,
Roll Tide,
Tiger.
everybody. All right, I'm going to do the intro, but no, I got to do the outro. We'll do the intro again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.